Hello, everybody. Welcome to Pod Damn America, the motherfucking goth socialist podcast about how we're all gonna die. Welcome to the show. Just by round of applause, is any of the damned actually here? It's obvious. You could tell who it was already, right? All the spooky goths lurking in the corners of the room. Just figured I'd do that anyway. Welcome to the show. Hello. My name is Jake Flores. This is the first live show we've ever done. Make some noise for the Colfax Comedy Festival for hosting us as the headliner of the podcast marathon. Headliner. A wise man once said, sometimes you headline, sometimes you just go on last. That was me. I said that, and I forgot I said it. One of my friends said it to me, and I was like, that kicks ass. And he told me I was the one that said it. Listen, let's get drunk. I'm excited to do this Denver-specific episode of the Goth Socialist Podcast because there's some things I've been wondering about Denver and some things going on here that I think are important to address, and also some other dumb shit that I planned that's completely irrelevant. But I don't know. Before I get into any of that, I need to issue some corrections, not to the previous episodes of the podcast, but to my Twitter account. If any of you follow me on Twitter and you've been following the sort of podcast wars of the last few weeks,
fuck crooked media.
yeah.
Fuck Red Scare.
Fuck crooked media. First of all, a guy tweeted at me today that he tweeted at the Pod Damn America podcast account on Twitter that he said this. I've listened to this podcast 3 times and I'm tired of them dragging crooked media. The podcast is called Pod Damn America. 3 times he listened. Smart gentleman. But anyway, I tweeted a very funny meme that somebody made of Moe from The Simpsons, and he's talking to all the bar regulars at Moe's, and he says, it's that famous scene where he goes, all the drunk driving or whatever is apparently happening because of you 6 guys, right? But the meme has changed to you 6 podcasts. All the Twitter drama has been caused by you 6 podcasts, and then all the drunk people are, podcasts. We're Barney, I think, which is appropriate. And I just tweeted it because somebody texted it to me, and some anime Twitter account got really mad at me. It was like, hey man, I worked really hard on that. You're stealing my joke. And I'm a comedian. I don't want to steal anyone's joke. So if you want quality Simpsons memes about communist podcasts, follow @FoolyCooley. Named, I'm assuming, after the anime Fooly Cooley. Spelled FLCL, but their @ is Fooly, FOOLY _Cooley, COOLY. All right. I feel better now. Guilt is off of my chest. The other thing that's happening tonight is when I travel to do stand-up, I often like to dig around whatever comedy scene or whatever activist scene or whatever political scene I'm in and try to find out who among the comedy folk especially are, like me and are extremely online and are far left and are really into political bullshit and theory and all that stuff. And I gave up because I'm sorry, Denver, but it's just I wouldn't believe in anything either if I lived here, I think. I don't, there's no reason to. There's a vague libertarian, everything should be legal thing going on, and then not much else. So I decided against going really hardcore with the politics part of this show, and I decided instead to book very funny people, the comedy fucking guard of Denver, people that I like quite a bit and think will be sort of a good accent to my political ramblings with their just joking abilities. So, without further ado, welcome to the stage, please, Denver Comedy's own Timmi Lasley, Nathan Lund, and Sam Tallent. If indeed, okay, everyone's done getting high and shit. All right, cool.
Hello.
Welcome to the show, y'all. How are all y'all's Colfax Comedy Festivals going? How's your week? Let's start with Timmi. How you doing?
Oh, I just found out this Colfax thing was happening this week.
Oh.
I like that Denver likes to sneak up on the comedy shows, and that's pretty cool. It's going great. It's what a fantastic idea.
That makes perfect sense. Just to spoil a little bit of what we're going to do later in the show, you were recommended to me to assist in some of the more spooky sort of city witch psychic shit
God,
I'm going to do
city,
later.
You think I'm a city bruja? Thank you. Oh my God.
I would like to think.
Thank you.
I'd like to think you're right. Whoa, what happened? There we go. I think we're good. All right. Nathan Lund, how you doing? How's your fest?
I'm good. I was not booked on the fest until you asked me to do this.
I was trying to be more politic about
I
it.
got it.
I'm
More
sorry.
neutral? Oh, no.
I was like, it's been going great.
I'm
I
gonna-
also was not on the fest.
No, but I have seen that it's been going very well. I'm excited for Josue. He's a good dude. He's doing a lot of shows around town, and this festival was just another endeavor on his part, and it's paid off. It's been great.
Didn't realize you guys weren't on the fest. Okay, that makes sense.
Oh, hell yeah.
Do your research, man.
Man, listen. Denver's rubbing off on me, man. I've been podcasting, doing stand-up, and hanging out at a very specific 7-Eleven all week. I haven't gone to any of the shows either. Okay, and then I just realized I painted myself into a really fucked up corner. Sam, never mind.
I was supposed to headline last night, but my father-in-law died.
Yeah.
So I was in Detroit. It's a great fest so far, everyone. Good. I haven't been weeping uncontrollably and having to console his mother. No way. I've been thinking, watching the Twitter feed, watching the Snapchats. A lot of good stuff going on,
I
The
just
live leak was
realized
cool.
as I was going down the line, what the fuck am I doing?
Oh,
Sam,
yeah.
how's your week been?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're blowing it.
Yep.
That's okay. The shirt's cool.
Wrap it up.
That's half the battle.
All right, well.
Also, I'm glad you got 3 such politically minded people to be on your political podcast.
There's no one. I mean, I addressed it. No one here believes in anything except
No.
for Good Times, which isn't a political party.
Yeah.
Not yet.
My platform is hang loose. That's what I say.
I'm voting for Spuds McKenzie for
You're not
president.
allowed to vote.
I am not political, but I do follow the Denver Democratic Socialist Facebook page.
Hey, look at that.
Hey, I'm thinking about maybe going to a meeting eventually. So look at me. Yeah.
You sound like you're thinking about quitting drinking.
Hey, I did that.
Oh.
Oh, see?
Damn, nice
Halfway
research,
there.
Jake. Cool. Nathan, Denver's loudest sober comic.
The last time me and Nathan were on a show together, we were like roast battling each other as an anarchist and a hardcore Republican or something.
That's right. Yeah.
That's what's hanging in my memory of you, Nathan.
No, I understand. Nathan used to be a terrible booze bag, so I get it, But no, he's gotten his life together. He's gained some weight. He's looking good.
Healthy weight. I've
Yeah.
got that healthy weight on me.
It's all muscle.
Yeah. If you keep working, you're going to look like this guy, Lund. Jesus Christ.
Ooh-wee. Yeah.
Damn.
Hell yeah.
King of the bike messengers. Glad to have you, sir. He's got a chain for a belt.
Yeah.
No, this is going to
Camacho.
be good, Jake. We've been friends for about 30 years. I'm glad to be on the pod.
Oh yeah. We go back since the war.
Yeah, the culture war. Since they started pushing their agenda. You know who we're talking about.
Yeah, you know who. All right. Well, let's talk a little bit about what's going on in the city. We really can't talk about politics without addressing the fact that the big ass ICE raids are they're being unrolled this weekend like so much Fire Festival.
I preferred the ice-capades. That was That was a good time.
Yeah.
We should get some of those fascists on ice skates. Put them out there. Have the cast of Lion King chase them around.
Yeah.
You ever see that one on ice? Lion King on ice?
Lion King on Ice, no.
Oh, my God. Speaking of culture wars, sign me up. Put me on the front lines.
Yeah. There have been like a lot of events this week at the detention centers. Somebody crossed the line and raised a Mexican flag inside of one of the detention centers, which is very cool. Also reminds me of the Poncho's casual dining Mexican restaurant where you raise a flag to get the waiter to bring you empanadas. So it's kind of double cool in my opinion.
Yeah, you get another basket of bread. Viva la raisin bread. Huh? All right, strike one. That's fine.
They also defaced a flag, right? Didn't they deface the Blue Lives Matter flag, turn it into an Abolish ICE flag? Am I wrong?
That's
Gary?
very cool. I like it.
That's very cool. I thought you would like that.
I want to break into the ICE detention center and raise the straight pride flag, the one that's just prison bars and the 2 gender signs, just to make a confusing statement that no one understands.
Very meta. I like it.
But ICE has been talked about, obviously, by me and on this show. And I guess I should put a huge satire asterisk next to any mention of what happened. But also, a guy went full fucking, like, Rambo on an ICE detention center this week and died in the process. He was just trying to blow up trucks and shit. It was.
How's he ever going to have a sequel?
Everything here is satire, okay? There you go. Yep. But anyway, I guess an important point that I always try to make about ICE is that people will often tell you that ICE is this thing that's like, it's an institution and you can't just get rid of things like this. There's a reason that we have, this organization that patrols the border and all that shit. And an important thing, I think, to point out when you talk about ICE specifically is ICE is not very old at all. It's easy to get rid of. It just fucking happened recently. ICE was created not long ago. ICE is a child. ICE is young enough to be held in a detention center and separated from its family by ICE. ICE is so young, Jeffrey Epstein wants to fuck ICE.
I saw that on your Facebook today. I was like, I can't wait to hear it live.
All right.
All right. How many different notes do you have? Look at you over there. Damn.
In honor of ICE's youth, I want to play a game I've come up with called Old as Ice. I'm going to list a bunch of movies, and we'll go down the line. And I want to see if you can guess whether the movie I'm listing is younger or older than ICE. We'll start here. Kangaroo Jack. Timmy, do you think that's older?
Kangaroo Jack. That's a Disney movie?
It's a movie about a kangaroo that fights people or something?
Oh, fuck yeah. It's like Crocodile Dundee done right.
I mean, yeah, it's a
Older or younger than ICE?
I would say older because it's happened in like the 90s, right?
No.
I'm saying older. Forget it.
No. It is older than ICE, though. Kangaroo Jack has been around longer than motherfucking ICE. There's no reason for ICE to exist.
That's the reason they started ICE, right?
That's exactly
Get rid
why.
of those damn kangaroo jacks.
Keep those fucking pouch pigs out of America, you know? The marsupial menace. I remember. I remember the marches in the streets.
Nathan Lund. Snow Dogs, starring Cuba Gooding Jr. and Cisco and James Coburn. The comedic romp about snowboarding.
It's one of my top 3 films. I will say that ICE is older than Snow Dogs.
Nope.
Fuck.
Snow Dogs is older than motherfucking Ice.
God damn it. That really pisses me off.
No, it doesn't. You don't care.
I just got discredited right off the bat. I don't know what I'm talking about.
Good times, baby. 2020.
Now, don't give me the stumper, all right? I know I'm supposed to be the smartest guy on the panel, but, don't stick it to me, Jake. Come on.
Sam Tallent, 8 Mile.
Yeah.
Older or younger than Ice?
Nice, yeah. My father-in-law died a mile away from 8 Mile.
Jesus Christ.
Got him again.
Yeah.
He
Sam.
did do his research.
Yeah.
That was a deep cut.
Wow, man.
Oh, man.
Huh.
My father was a white rapper.
My father's a white rascal. Now, I'm going to say that it is older. It's, in fact, older. I feel like there's a theme brewing here.
Correct. It's
Yeah.
older than
Yep.
Ice.
Can't trick the trickster.
Picking up on those context clues.
Yeah,
Timmi Lasley. This is on brand for our show. The movie Queen of the Damned.
Oh, hell yeah.
She's dead, too. Cool. Jesus.
Queen of the Damned is. I feel like Ice is older than Queen of the Damned.
No, it's older than motherfucking Ice.
Okay, Queen of the Damned.
Aaliyah died before she could ever appreciate Ice.
All right.
Nathan Lund, Shrek, older or younger than Ice?
Ooh, the first Shrek was... I'm going to say that Shrek is older.
Older than Ice!
Hey, there we go. The kid's back.
Oh, thank
Still connecting with the youth.
Sam Tallent,
Hit me.
Shrek 2.
Ooh.
Now, I don't want to fall for this.
Shrek 2, Judgment Day.
I feel like there's some 4D math going on here. Crap. I got to say older.
No, it's Shrek 2 happened after Ice.
Oh,
Shrek 1 happened before Ice, and Shrek 2 happened after Ice.
damn. AI. How about that movie?
I don't know. I didn't write it down.
Damn.
Stick to the script, Sam.
Sorry.
There are actually like a bunch of movies where the first one came out before and then afterwards, seemingly as a reaction, the second one came out. The sequel to Scooby-Doo came out after Ice.
Scooby don't. Yeah, he rounded up all those Puerto Ricans and put them in a cage. I remember. What, you think I'm in favor of it? Huh? My God. Pick a side, people. I'm with her. That's a thing you guys say, right? I don't.
Yeah, the young anarcho-punks were all about Hillary Clinton.
I'm this bike is a pipe bombing up here. Huh?
Ooh, I would have thought it would have killed with Camacho.
Me
to be honest with
too. It's okay, says young Magantor up front. They wouldn't let him bring his axe in. All right, good.
you. Let's do one more round.
Please, they love it.
Timmi Lasley, the movie You Got Served.
Yeah.
I am not familiar with this.
Oh, it's
This is-
good. It's a documentary.
I feel like it's circa Dude, Where's My Car, but maybe it's just closer in feeling. I'm not sure. I'm gonna go with Ice is older.
Ice is older, therefore You Got Served is younger. Correct. You Got
Nice.
Served
Hey.
is a movie that came out after Ice, like kind of, this is all post, 9/11, and there's a lot of xenophobia. I think that's why it happened. It's a movie about dangerous dance battles that are being conducted by brown people.
That kind of served. It's not jury
Yeah.
duty part 2. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
The invention
Serving
of a
up
process
something
server.
freely fresh.
Nathan Lund, Punisher.
Punisher. I'm going to say that is younger than Ice.
That is younger than Ice, yeah.
There we are. All
Nailed it.
right.
I think you're winning. I haven't been keeping track.
Oh,
I
yeah,
am
he's on
winning.
top.
Sam Tallent, Ice Age.
Oh. Damn.
Another documentary.
Ice Age, Ray Romano.
Do the voice, Sam.
Here's Ray Romano thinking about this question. Ready? Ice Age was before Ice, man.
Yeah, it was.
Yes!
It was.
Come on. Thank God.
Here's my theory. Ice Age came before Ice, and Garfield the movie came after. Ice was inspired by Ice Age and led to a sort of neocon reactionary funding of the Garfield movie starring Bill Murray, who accidentally signed on because he thought the Coen brothers were producing it.
I just heard that. That's funny.
It's true. All right. Well, I think I got my point across. By the way, all these movies came out in the same span of 2 years. Ice.
The golden age of film.
Yeah.
Ice's birthday is March 1st, 2003. The point has been beaten to death. It's very young. There's no reason to keep it around. Fuck Ice. All right. This has been Old as Ice. Did you get it?
You're as old as ice.
Is that song older or younger than Ice?
Older.
Definitely older. Ice is a Zoomer, you know? Ice is an e-boy or an e-girl. Ice sells its own gamer bathwater on the internet.
Hot girl summer.
Okay, so before we get done talking about immigration customs enforcement, I want to get into another thing real quick, kind of adjacent to it, that I happened to just learn about walking around this week, taking in all the scenery and the local color. I went to a bar somewhere on like Larimer first couple days I was here, and I was sitting and I was writing in the bar, and this guy walked by, this fat guy with like a bunch of weird like tactical cop shit on him and a bunch of like zip ties hooked through his belt loop. And the bartender kind of rolled her eyes, and I went, "What the fuck who was that?" And she told me he's a member of something called Front Range Patrol. Mm-hmm. So I looked into it, and the reason this guy was walking around is because there's this, apparently here in Denver, there is a local sort of completely private, not affiliated with the government at all, paramilitary security service run by fat guys who want to do tactical roles and pretend to be cops. It has nothing to do with the police department, but they bought a bunch of weird shit and like cars and dressed them up like cop cars. They just say security and shit on the side of them. Mm-hmm. And they just walk around making sure everything's fucking cool, I guess.
They keep us safe.
Yeah.
This honestly makes more sense to me. I mean, it's Denver. You got to buy local. You're not going to hire Blackwater. You're going to buy local. That's where this
yeah. He's like granola. I get it.
Very on brand of Denver.
So the reason he was walking past this one bar is that apparently, so this company, Front Range Patrol, advertises to like large condominium buildings, apartment buildings, weird fucking private businesses, car dealerships or whatever. And so there's this one block on Larimer that's a bunch of weird condos and shit and businesses that all are owned by the same people. And so that company hired Front Range Patrol to just patrol that street. They own everything on that street except for that bar. So these guys keep trying to go into that bar, and everyone's like, "No, we don't want fucking Officer Cupcake to come in here." But they just think like they're entitled to go to the bar, right? And so
Magnum PIE.
The other
Well, because eventually they're going to be like knocking on the door all threateningly late at night, being like, "You got to pay for these services. We keep you safe."
That's what they're doing. They're like
it's like new mob shit. That's what I'm getting at.
They're like the guys like, "Hey, I'll watch your parking spot for you." You know, they're sort of doing one of those.
Yeah.
So Front Range Patrol is owned by a larger sort of private Blackwater-ish company that just does this. They just come up with these little private security companies, and they're all over the world. Apparently, they're like kind of their worst one is in Australia, where they just harass Aboriginal people, and it's pretty fucked up. It's not very funny, so I won't dwell on it too hard. But what is really funny about these guys is after she told me this, after this bartender told me this, I was like, okay, well, I have to look into this, and I have to figure out who the fuck these people are, right? So I went to their website, and it fucking kicks ass. Their website was made in like GeoCities or something.
Wow. I'm
Is it-
getting to look at this right now, and it's very fun.
I'm hoping it's green text, black background.
We'll put it up on the projector if you can see. Yeah, you can sort of see up there. I mean, that's one of their cars. That's just a car. It has a Punisher logo on it. It fucking really does. Holy
Wow.
shit. Yeah. The first thing their website says is never forget 9/11 with 3 asterisks on each side for some reason. Then their logo. Then it says proud supporter of our U.S. Armed Forces. In what way? I don't know. You're taking their jobs, I think, kind of.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
What's the Punisher thing? Like, why I don't know much about comic books, but like, wasn't the Punisher like very much not into law enforcement? Correct me if I'm wrong. Didn't he beat their butts a whole bunch? Like
That is really
what?
ironic that
Why
they would be into like.
Like he like flouted every like legal way of going at bad guys in order to break their skulls. Am I wrong?
No, I think you're right. I think the Punisher is like direct competition with the police, and yet they love him.
Oh, well, actually, that makes a ton of sense then. They're like, oh, we're going to take over the police's job because they're not doing it well enough. Okay, I retract my question.
I don't know.
Talked it out.
Yeah,
I
no one
now
got-
understand.
No one got mad when the Punisher killed a bunch of minorities. You know?
They were
Oh,
Russian.
I'm not familiar that much with
Oh
any
yeah.
of it,
No,
so
I mean
please.
I don't want to talk canon, but when he went to war with the Jamaican mob, and they threw him a parade. You know what I mean?
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
See, I knew I
Well,
brought
then
you on here for a
it's
reason, Sam.
making more and more
Uh-huh.
sense.
Trade paperbacks.
I mean, is this a thing though? Just this Punisher?
I don't know why, because
Sure.
I'm not a comic book guy, but
Logo?
for some reason, Blue Lives Matter, like pro-cop psychos, just all wear like Punisher hats and
That
shit.
does not make any sense.
And they get like,
No.
so the Blue Lives Matter flag is the American flag, all in black and white with one blue line to represent the thin blue line, and then often with just a comic book character's face superimposed over it. And it's like, this is for my friend who died. It's a children's
they
comic
really
book face.
loved the Arrow.
Yeah. It'd be funny if it was a different comic book.
Oh, I don't know.
Anyways, the website looks like shit. I'm gonna read a little bit from their front page because it's very funny. You probably can't see it on the projector. It won't really be that big of a deal. Welcome to Front Range Patrol. We are Colorado's premier protective services, specializing in commercial, residential, and property asset protection. Cops just make up like technical terms when they talk. It fucking rules. None of this is like out of any handbook. Second paragraph. I am confident that we can provide your business with the highest and most effective type of security offered today for an affordable rate. Being the leaders in the security industry, Front Range Patrol is setting the standard, in quotation marks for some reason. They're like owning themselves. Of how the industry operates in the Denver metro and the entire Front Range areas. We can offer competitive pricing with a higher quality of service. Competitive to what? The police? As a business consumer, you want only the best when choosing a security company for your needs. Front Range Patrol was founded and incorporated in 1991 by John Arundale and has since then maintained an outstanding reputation over years with both local law enforcement and our clients. I'm confident that we can provide immediate results on your property that will create a more secure environment for your residents, yada, yada, yada. Front Range Patrol is fully licensed and insured, also in quotation marks.
Fully licensed and insured or whatever.
You know, whatever makes your mom happy. Ugh.
So that we can accommodate all of your security needs. Our team of highly trained and motivated staff are dedicated in all phases of personal protection and security in order to provide the most professional service for you, your residents, and customers. And then it says, pick a topic from the top left side. And if you scroll up to the top left side, it just says Front Range Patrol. Mm-hmm. That's not where the topics are. We're going to cover their specialties because they're very funny.
When I was in college, we used to get super, super stoned and watch this PBS like public access channel that was just Code 4, and it was all the police just like doing fun stuff and making up raps about safety and shit. I don't know. This is just very reminiscent looking at this website.
The website's broken. I'm pressing specialties. Nothing happened except it made that fucking badge like do a weird 3D turn. It's like Homestar Runner or something. Oh, I know what happened.
Cool.
I'm not on the Wi-Fi. I gotta connect to the Wi-Fi. That doesn't matter. Okay, so I guess what we should do is probably play that YouTube video if we can, because the other fun thing about this company is that all their videos are just them, like with body cams, just harassing people, that are just tired, that are just chilling out, like often homeless people. But this guy in this first video is just smoking a cigarette and sitting down.
Yeah, they look like they just got done with a pie eating contest.
Fox 31 Denver. News at 9:30.
The police are extremely busy with more serious crimes.
Increased homelessness, drug abuse, prostitution, and big city problems that seem to be getting worse here in Denver. With police officers busy enough as it is, more and more property owners now turning to well-armed security teams for help.
Yeah, it's actually more of a private police force. It's becoming a booming business along the Front Range. Michael Konopasek has their story, all new at 9:30. Michael?
Hey, Arcia and Jeremy, when you see these guys, you really do think police, but they are private security contractors, trained professionals working to clear out some of the city's most unsavory activities.
Did you hear the quotation marks?
Suited up and ready to go.
Professional.
This is a hot spot, yeah. One of many throughout the city.
Guards with guns, cuffs, and even dogs spot check a familiar area.
Homeless population brings probably about 60 to 70% of our business.
That's right, up to 70% of their work is dedicated to the unfortunate reality of homelessness and the issues that come with it.
It's going to be an occupied unit.
Like
Body cam
sleeping.
video shows these guards in action. Assault, drug abuse, and trespassing are just some of the complaints from business owners across the Front Range.
Heroin, scales, set for distribution.
But when this team shows up, they get results.
Typically, anytime they see us or they see me, they're already trying to pack up to leave.
Front Range Patrol has been around since the late 80s. It provides standard security services, but lately more of their work has been dedicated to trespassing sweeps.
Somebody was just sleeping here today.
Something police don't always have time to do.
The police are extremely busy with more serious crimes.
They start with stern warnings, but if that doesn't work, police are called to give citations or arrest repeat offenders.
Sometimes they come 3 and 4, and they're big guys.
They're crawling up underneath that fence.
As you might imagine, this
All
team's
right, we can probably
relationship
cut it
with
there.
many of those...
There's like a lot of this. It's that weird shit where they talk to the local news and then just like basically them recreating episodes of like Reno 911 with their own body cams. It's fucking insane. I'll play some more of it on the show like when I get back to New York, because there's a lot to get through here, and I've got a couple other segments I want to get through.
Jake,
but
I'm going to say it. I think those guys are bad.
I knew I brought you here for a reason.
Yeah, I don't want to go out on a limb, but man, what jerks.
I hate to think that if I paid taxes, that money would go to provide
No, they're
anything
private.
for them.
They're
Oh, okay,
private.
good.
Yeah, wouldn't
Well,
you?
good. Okay, well, good.
I've always said privatize the police, you know?
Deregulation.
Yeah, me and Zinn.
So I'm going to read a little bit more from their website because I finally made it over to the specialties page, and then we'll...
It's all calzones.
yeah.
They
2
all
for
spin
1.
360.
Yeah. I think the other video is just a bunch of Stone Cold Steve Austin giving the stunner.
Specialties, Front Range Patrol. We offer the following service at the best rates for Denver and the entire Front Range. Unlimited call response, highly marked patrol vehicles, uniformed patrol officers, nightly computerized reports, lockup of on-site facilities, both car and foot patrols. TRU, Tactical Response Unit for Problem Areas and Drug Use. Drug use? That's legal here.
Not all of them.
True.
Yeah, the good ones aren't.
I support supervised injection sites in Denver. Okay.
All right.
There
Hey,
Just saying
Timmy's got a bunch of heroin on her.
Yeah. That'd be cool. We should do a bunch of H after this. Huh?
We'll do
Yeah,
that.
but if you do it, maybe don't die while you're doing it. That's
Yeah.
all. That's
True. 24-hour emergency call response. Alarm monitoring and response. Traffic enforcement of your property. What? Or traffic enforcement on your property. Is there traffic on your property? Call Front Range. Ticket and tow illegally parked vehicles. Wait a minute, that's already a job. Tow truck driver.
They're a middleman.
Fire watch and logs. I sincerely don't know what this one means.
Yeah, logs cause fire.
Yeah. Monitor vacant units. Detain subjects committing criminal and disruptive acts. These are not cops. They just carry around handcuffs and flexi ties and just handcuff people. It's really weird. Patrols of greenbelt and common areas. Enforce property rules and regulations. Here's why I fucking read all these. He said that one like twice already. They're just repeating the same shit. GPS tracking systems for autos, with an asterisk next to it. Tactical response and surveillance, property, plainclothes surveillance, and government contracting. Fucking crazy. I don't know. Fuck Front Range Patrol.
Yeah.
I implore you, check out their website. It's fucking
You
insane.
say that they're not cops, but they are cops in essence, like because cops, like the police department force, stemmed from the patrols who used to go and pick up runaway slaves, and those like really like dovetailed immediately into a police force, and that is the history of police forces in the United States. So like this is just another like, yes, they are fucking cops, yes they are. So is ICE. Abolish them all.
So they're like, yeah, absolutely.
Wait, you think cops are bad? Certainly not all cops are bad.
No, but if your job is to like take some poison and put it in the water main, and it's just your job, you're being paid, you're trying to feed your family.
Yeah.
Not all water main poisoners are terrible, right? They're just trying to get through this thing, But like you're doing
I know what
a
you're
job.
trying to say, but I'm pretty sure that one got away from you.
Yeah,
you know?
a little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit, but here we are. Can you explain it better?
Yeah, cops, what a bummer, right? Yeah.
Sam Tallent, sage as
Yeah.
ever.
I do like the idea that they're just like Ren Fair people, but for cops.
Yeah, they're cops playing.
Yeah.
They're putting on a fun little outfit, pretending they have powers.
But
Ooh, yeah.
they have power to make a lot of our lives very fucked up.
Everything they say has
They
to
can
be
ruin
with air
people.
quotes because it's not legally
'Cause
true.
they're not legal.
We're not technically cops, but you are under arrest.
They're all Chris Farley as the
Citizens
guy in the
arrest.
van down by the river.
Is
Maybe
citizens
I didn't
arrest a
pass
thing?
the police's psychological evaluation. Maybe I've got a hair trigger. PTSD.
Yeah, maybe I have serious issues.
Maybe my kids don't talk to me or live in the same state.
Nice, you're just doing Farley.
That's what he said.
I know,
yeah.
but now you're doing it word for
I'm
word.
just doing it. Yeah. Hey, what's he gonna do? Sue
Lean
me?
in,
Yeah,
lean
none of
in,
these
baby.
people were alive for Saturday Night Live, Went to 12-year-old runaways in here with leftover crack tattoos.
That's true.
Bennett Brower was that character's name, I believe. Hey,
I may
from the
He
vault.
had a name.
older than ice.
Older. It was older.
It was Matt Foley.
No.
Yeah, you complete idiot.
No. Bennett Brower was on Weekend Update, and he did the air quotes, and then he flies. And
Whoa.
pops his pimples with a compass that he had in high school.
Can we pull that up real quick?
Hey, let's just watch SNL, The Golden Years.
We should move on a little bit so we don't go too long. I do want to get to something that I wanted to ask Denver locals about because I don't really know anything about this except rumors and that it's weird. But Sam, you are the mayor of this town. You grew from the ground here like a tree. Can you please explain to me the Denver airport and the Blucifer and all that shit?
Oh, yeah. Well, Blucifer, of course, the horse who we in Lund have been, we filmed a video underneath that thing with one of Lund's good buddies. And
yeah, I can't remember who who commissioned that music video, but we were out there right underneath Blucifer. Yeah, it's huge.
It's got a big ceramic dick.
Big old dick.
So that's cool. It's got a real ditch digger attached to it.
Ceramic is not what you want for a dick if it's a fake one.
No.
I mean,
It's
too
this thing.
porous. Too porous.
This thing's a post hole digger. You know what I mean?
Postal digger.
A lot of public works programs use this thing to lay fence. But yeah, no, so the horse fell on the guy who made it and crushed him to death.
Cool.
And then his family found him, all crushed up, much like my wife found her father, you know. So that's a bummer. And then the runway looks like a swastika, so that's pretty cool. And then there's not a line through it either, you know.
Oh,
so
yeah.
yeah.
It's not, they should make it.
It's the real deal
Dead
swastika.
Kennedy's Antifa airport.
Yeah, you should talk to your friends in Antifa. So that's no good. And then there's also a bunch of bunkers. They built 5 buildings. And this whole project came in right around over like $100 million over budget, and no one knows why. There's a bunch of tunnels underneath the airport so that, you know, when the walls fall and the banks fail, the New World Order can
Well, it's
set
supposed
up.
to be like a fancy luggage thing that never worked, right?
No, that's what they want you to believe,
Right.
Timmy. All right, we're piercing the veil here. Okay, look behind the curtain. So there's a bunch of tunnels underneath. No one knows why. The New World Airport Commission built this place.
Of course.
The NWAC.
You know who.
Yeah, I'm with it. And that's scary. And then there's a bunch of there's a time capsule with a mason stone on top of it. It's going to be opened up in like 100 years. And then there's all the murals. You guys are hip to the murals. Where are my mural people at?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's all these murals of like, Nazi stormtrooper types spraying and gassing a bunch of children from all over the world.
What?
Every ethnicity. This isn't hyperbole, right?
No, it's so weird.
Yeah.
You get off the train and you're like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah, and it's like a rainbow background, but there's like flames and stuff, and then there's just every type of child getting gassed by a man in a death's head mask. I think it's Front Range Patrol. Well, why?
Lots of Punisher logos.
They're so creative.
It's a guy in like a full SWAT gas mask here, but he's doing the fucking parentheses with his or the quotation marks.
Yeah, genocide.
Yeah.
Yeah, but now the airport's leaning into it, and they have all these because they're doing they're revamping it. I was there today, flying home from my father-in-law's funeral, and there's all these like ads like, are we building a new bunker? Is this for Area 51, or will this be a new food court? Stay tuned. Wait to find out here at the Denver airport. It's a badass airport, you know.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, get clear if you're flying a lot, like me, professional ham bone Sam T.
Sure.
There's Panda Express in the A terminal. You're welcome.
And that was also put there by the New World Order.
Well, the real conspiracy is how much Panda Express can I eat? The answer may surprise you. Yeah, but it's all real stuff, man, and it's all real heavy. Stapleton was fine, but Denver now is one of the busiest airports in the world. Frontier hub. Woof. There's the real war crime.
Uh-oh.
Uh-huh. Flying Frontier. Woof.
Yeah.
I do it. I'm in the elite club. So, yeah, you should check it out. You know, if you weren't hopping trains from gig to gig with your mandolin dog, you would be able to, you'd see what airports look like. They're great, man. There's not a guy outside spinning the propeller, you know. It's all run on gas now.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
I learned about as much as I expected to about the Denver airport.
Am I wrong? Back me up here. Huh?
No, they do not have propellers on planes. You don't
They
have to
don't.
spin start them like that anymore. It's true.
Oh.
You don't even have to look at the plane if you don't want to.
I think you ruined Christmas by explaining that it's just a luggage department
No,
thing
well, I
downstairs.
mean,
That's all hokum and jib jab.
It was supposed to be, but like, why not? If you've already invested that much, why give up so quickly? Because they gave up real quickly. And like, these things we spent so much money on, it'll never work.
I think a spider just crawled out of my hair. Oh boy! All right.
That's what you get for talking about it. They never want you to talk about it.
I know. What a great week.
You just turn into spiders. Like, oh God, he talked about it too much, and they found him.
Yeah.
They gassed me this morning. But yeah, Jake, it's bad. I know that you know. I'll say it. It's a great airport, though.
Thank you. You are tough but fair.
The train goes in and out. Who's been on the train?
A-line, baby.
I know
A-line.
We're
trains,
a real city now.
Trains have a troubled past, but this is one of the good ones.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Damn. I rode the trains from the airport. I hopped on it. I threw my baggage on it. And
Yeah,
ran
you put your
past it.
bindle in there and took off your sleeveless vest.
If you take the A-line, you gotta get the app on your phone, and then you get right to where you can buy the ticket.
My man.
And then when the cop comes up and asks you to see your ticket, you're like, oh yeah, I was having trouble with my phone earlier. And then sometimes they don't ask you, so you never buy one.
And sometimes you buy the ticket, but you don't have to cash it in that day, so you don't have to activate the ticket unless the cop comes up to you. So I've got one.
RTD app, baby.
Yeah.
RTD app.
Get that app.
Also, if you pretend to have an intellectual disability, you don't have to pay.
Yeah.
Sam, no.
So, well, what? We're talking life hacks, aren't we? We gotta take the power back every way we can.
That is your looking privilege.
It's
I
also
guess.
my act. Yeah. That's what I'm doing on stage.
Yeah. But if you lay down and try to go to sleep, you'll get killed by Front Range Patrol.
Well, yeah. Yeah, they'll roust you real hard.
I like that they hate sleep. They're like some sort of weird, mythological thing that's just like against the Sandman is their enemy, I suppose.
They're like sharks. If they stop walking and harassing people, they'll die.
They hate the Sandman, but they love Metallica. It's a real, it's a dichotomy. Everything's everyone.
People.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You just gotta say,
Sorry,
you just tell the train cop, oh, sorry, I was going to buy my ticket, but I was watching The Punisher on my phone.
Yeah.
Just love all that.
Sorry, but I was kneeling for the troops.
I love all that vigilanteism. All of the justice without any of the pesky laws.
You just look at the cop and you're like, I was watching The Punisher on my phone. Have you ever seen The Punisher? And then he just kisses you on the mouth. How'd you know? It's my favorite movie for children.
Those fucking pigs on the goddamn RTD are the worst bunch of thieves. I'd like to crack their heads open and make soup out of the skulls. A
delicacy in some countries.
Yeah. I want to see this city burn, I want a rain to come and wash away all the riffraff and the trash.
Oh, yeah, dude. Rorschach.
That'd be cool. I just think we should spend our money on housing the homeless. I don't know.
Yeah.
Whoa.
I'm so weird.
She figured out how to pander to my crowd.
I know.
Yeah.
Well, maybe they're my crowd now.
Hey.
Not with your Hail Hitler.
Yeah, what are you
Was
doing?
that?
This is my
Good Lord, Avita, put it
spell.
down.
I was reaching out. I'll do it this way from now on.
You walk Jake's sister.
Ooh,
Yeah,
all right.
wow. Oh, I seriously thought she was leaving the show.
Yeah.
Just going to
Goodbye. Leave it on a
like,
high note.
Stop it.
I think to close out the show here, we should get into our final segment, which
Would you rather?
Let's get drunk. If it's for a podcast, I'm allowed to get drunk.
That's what his doctor said.
My wife and I have an agreement. It's for a podcast
It's like your
or a
top
theme.
five.
If it's a
top
theme
five
show,
reasons you can get drunk.
Yeah, it's right, yeah. That's the rules.
Yeah,
You're
we have
not really breaking edge if it's for an art form that pays no money.
This guy's broken some
hell
wicker
yeah.
chairs in his day, I'll tell you that. Keep him away from the patio furniture.
In true goth Brooklyn City Witch fashion, I thought it pertinent to address something that had been on my mind for a while, which is the slathering of presidential candidates who are currently running for president, mostly Democrats, a few others will be included in this, and all of their various psychoses and sort of cosmic energies. Obviously, Marianne Williamson sort of brought this thought to the front of the conversation recently. Orb Gang, shout out.
One of the Wilson sisters from Heart.
But the more I think about them all,
That was a good slow burn.
Oh, it's Williamson. Yeah, all right. Sorry, I thought I was. I wanted to make the joke, and I didn't let the facts get in my way.
Yeah, like sound like some of these jokers running for president. You know?
Whoa.
Hey,
Yo.
come on.
Handed it back to you, Jake.
more like a clown congress, you know? I start playing a piano and I just leave the bar. Okay. So something occurred to me a while back that I thought would be a fun thing to do should be to go through all of the various presidential candidates' birthdays and figure out what their zodiac signs are, so that we can understand more about where they're coming from.
But here's the thing: how deep did you get? How deep did you get, Jake?
Did
you look up their rising signs?
No.
Did you look up their moon signs?
The bar has to close at some point, so. And also,
you need this
I'm not
to be a whole nother podcast.
I'm not dating Cory Booker, so we're not going to do each other's star signs.
What? You need to know how he influences your life. Find out where his north node is.
Oh, I'll find it. It's on
Show
top
me
of his
that
head.
north node, baby.
His head is his north node.
Are you guys talking about Zelda?
Basically. So.
She was the princess, right?
Yeah.
Did I do my... I did it.
True. Link is the boy. All right. Hard-hitting political podcast.
Wow,
So,
very, very binary of you.
but
Wow.
I'm bad at zodiac because I'm an inferior gender, I think, to understand it, which is why I've enlisted your help, Timmi Lasley. I'm to understand that you understand a little bit more about zodiac than me. So I'm going to read through here's how we're going to do it. I'm going to introduce the groups of candidates sign at a time, and then we'll go through and I'll explain who they are, and you try and help me understand if what I'm saying about them corresponds with what it is to be an Aries or a Taurus or a Gemini,
You are going to
etc.
get so many people so mad at what I say.
Oh, I
bet
hope
you
so.
Anything.
People are seriously think this is real.
Wait, so
our entire generation is like,
Wait,
there's
that-
no God, but magic is real.
Right? Because we want it to be, right? and okay, so I did want to ask everyone here on this panel right now, like, do you believe in astrology? You surprised me, Jake. Honestly, I had no idea.
Yeah, Jake's a guy trying to get laid in Brooklyn. He
Oh, yeah,
believes
yeah.
in it. Yeah.
He's got a crystal behind his ear.
Like, most people know their sun signs. Most people do know that, but like not that many people, I feel like, actually believe in it. Like actually believe it.
I'm more of
Is
an
it just
I
something
want
you
to
dabble
believe
in?
situation, but I don't understand it. I do. I like
You're the
tarot.
Scully.
I'm a tarot guy. No, I'm a
Right?
molder.
You brought some. Well, you want to believe. Okay.
But Scully would be the
we
one.
just
They reversed the genders in the X-Files. Scully would be the guy who's like, Mulder, like, stop talking to me about how I have Leo energy right now.
Right, but Mulder already believes, and Scully wants to believe. I want to believe you, Mulder. Whatever, it's fine. He did bring his tarot cards, and I touched on them. I'm very
Let me put it in cop terms. I believe in zodiac.
You're an agnostic toward the zodiac. I get it.
I don't
okay.
know. Listen, I'm
Lund,
open to whatever.
Do you believe in this?
No.
Why not?
Because they all sound very similar. It's like, oh, you're probably very ambitious, and then other times you're a little moody, and it's like that's fucking everybody.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Fair enough.
It's just, yeah, it seems like a bunch of garbage.
I do not believe.
I'm too busy believing in Jesus fucking Christ. Ever heard of him?
Yeah.
That's
Oh
my
my
sun
He's
and
such a
my
Capricorn.
moon. And I am going to be rising up to heaven while you guys are sinking in hell. You can
All
talk
right.
about being a Cancer when
I'm
you're
a skeptic.
burning forever.
I'm a dang old skeptic about a lot of things, but here's what I've decided about tarot and astrology. Say tarot first. Tarot is a conversation with your own subconscious. that will reveal truths to you by showing you different viewpoints on a situation that you maybe hadn't thought of consciously. But if something rings out to you, rings true to you, that's what you like. Listen to that. Listen to your gut. That's your gut talking to you. That's all. With astrology,
my gut actually talks to me because I eat at 7-Eleven.
Well, IBS is a real thing, and I understand that. We can all believe in IBS.
It's like the Hanged Man.
But with astrology, like human brains are made to look at patterns and recognize patterns, and it was essential to our survival way back in the day to notice these patterns. Oh, I eat this, I get sick. Oh, I eat this, I feel better. Like that's where herbology comes from. So like
some caveman's like, you're being such a Pisces right now.
No, he's being like, oh, you're all like a watery
He's
soul.
being eaten by a saber-toothed tiger.
You're like this emotional, weepy, wishy-washy soul. I'm sorry, Pisces. You are like that, though. Why are you dreaming so hard? Get your feet on the ground. Get some earth energy underneath you. Whatever. Because what is the water without land? But like, okay,
That's all,
so
yeah.
Chinese.
Speaking of water, can I get another one of these Mountain Time premium lagers? I have a ticket for it.
So Chinese astrology and things like that, like they do it based on elements, and like it's just archetypes that you're visiting and being like, do I recognize this? Is this me? It's the same thing as Joseph Campbell. He only got through heroes and he didn't really focus on women, and he kind of had a problem with women. Joseph Campbell, that one.
There's a hero making a journey in my belly right now. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd like to see all the guideposts on that one. Who
No,
was
you
the,
wouldn't.
Who was
Oh
the
my
advisor
God.
that thought that one was a good idea?
Oh, splish
Before-
splash.
So that's how I think about astrology. However,
All right.
just a sun sign thing, you're only going to brush
There
the
are
surface
like 35 people
of
running
the
for president.
patterns.
We gotta. I
right.
gotta do a
Okay.
quick,
taking up too much time.
like
I
a
apologize.
fucking lightning round. Wow. All right, I killed too many brain cells.
I'm a Taurus.
Yes, you are.
Yeah. I'm affordable.
Hey, let me just
Yeah,
bull
yeah.
my way into this conversation. That's
Yeah.
the sentence right now.
Well,
right.
what sign goes long-winded?
Oh, well, a Libra with a Sagittarius moon.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Damn.
Oh, we found out what Dan Harmon's sign is too.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Hello.
Take that.
Lund's a Hufflepuff. And a woozle.
I've got gout.
Yeah, he does. Yeah. He really does.
It's the only thing I believe in is I can't eat a lot of meat or ice cream.
Yeah. And cherry
Believe
juice.
it, brother.
All right, let's begin presidential astrology. I'll start with the Aries. There are, by the way, a good smattering of different signs running for president right now. I was very surprised going down this list. They're like evenly distributed fairly. The Aries running for president currently are Tulsi Gabbard, who you may know as looking like Dr. Orpheus's wife from Venture Brothers.
Man, I don't know any of the words you just said. I thought Tulsi Gabbard was a fake name.
Tulsi Gabbard is a fairly left candidate who's just got a few weird screwy policies that I think probably disqualify her from any serious consideration. Mostly being really pro-torture, being kind of like not a war hawk, except if they're Muslims, which is really weird.
She's Christian, so she hates Muslims. She hates the competition.
Yeah.
How could you expect an Aries to not be like full-on war hawk, though? Come on.
Come
on.
Are we dealing with the combative people here?
Yeah, very war. I mean, Aries, Mars, that whole aggressive energy, like
Of
that
course.
is aggression embodied, right? Doesn't matter. Have you seen Vishnu?
Wait a
Fuck.
minute. She's a Hindu that is a cow? No, I'm sorry. I thought she was a Taurus. She's an Aries. Never mind. Joke didn't work.
Ram.
Were you
Wait.
body shaming this
Ram.
woman? My
shit.
God.
And then the other Aries in the race is John Delaney, who is one of the just background white guys that's on all the debates. He's the guy who has the RoboCop villain like horseshoe hair. He's got blonde hair. It looks like a ring. All of the white men that are running at like 1% for president right now all just look like people who give you missions in Skyrim. And his main thing is that he's the one guy who's really, really anti-free healthcare. He's been sort of holding events, and like before he even starts, people just start booing him, which I think is really cool. He's taken to Twitter to just sort of like demand, some sort of like stop booing me, like some order. It's very funny. The more he talks about getting booed, the more he keeps getting booed. I fucking love this dude. He just gets booed, and that's his entire existence. But he's an asshole, and he doesn't want us to be able to go to the hospital.
I bet a lot of people would accidentally vote for him because they think he's John Mulaney.
I know. I was like, didn't this guy have a good Netflix special once?
Yeah, he's got that great bit about going to the doctor.
Right.
But yet he hates healthcare? Make up your mind.
Doesn't make sense. It's very much like an Aries, though, to be like I'm not gonna like. They're so confident that they can get to the top of whatever the pile is that they don't care about like making it easier for other people. Fuck it. If you can't do it on your own, you don't deserve to have it.
Is he a guy who like owned a bunch of successful Rite Aids, so then he thought he should run for goddamn president or whatever? Come from the world of business.
No, but we will get to somebody who is basically that
Yeah.
here in a little bit.
I don't know about Delaney.
Who gives a shit who this guy is?
I'm sad Rob Delaney's kid died, but I don't think that he should be president.
Wow.
I don't get it.
He might listen to this show. All right.
Yeah, I'll bet he does.
Is that the guy who had the worst set ever on Late Night?
Yeah.
Oh my God, look that shit up.
Again, he might listen to the show. Okay.
Not anymore.
It's not like he has any stand-up he does because he's so bad at it,
God damn.
He's so bad. Did you see that set? It's on like Vimeo.
I mean,
That's how bad it is. Yeah.
yeah.
Relegated to Vimeo.
Yeah.
I think he had it scrubbed from the internet largely, so I think he's in agreement. But he's also a pretty nice guy, so I'm going to recuse myself from what's happening right now. Okay.
You can't. You're the host.
Let's talk about the Tauruses. Tauri. I don't
Represent
know
where my T-Town's at. Yeah, the loud guy, of course. Anyone else? No, me and you, man. We're going to flip some cop cars. Direct action.
The Tauruses we have running are Cory Booker, the previously discussed extremely bald man.
He looks like the judge from Blood Meridian.
Yeah. I'd say he's also like the kind of doofiest person running right now. He's low-key, like very Jeb-like. He sort of just falls all over himself and gets caught wearing extremely embarrassing outfits and shit.
But he's young enough to be good on social media. He could probably be president.
He's also dating Rosario Dawson.
That's
which
pretty hot. That is
No
very
way.
hot.
Yeah.
That's the only
What?
thing
It's
he's got
really
in his
weird.
camp right now. Her taste in men could be a whole podcast. Like, who? What? It's amazing.
Danny
I
Boyle.
want her to get all of them. Get the whole infinity ring of men. Like she. Okay.
This guy's cool.
Corey.
No, he's not.
He's bad?
It's like it's
Have
one
you
of the
seen Rosario Dawson?
Right, the situation with Cory Booker though is like, how the fuck is he dating Rosario Dawson?
Probably because he's got a big old hog leg.
Actually, that might be it. I think
probably
we just figured it
typing.
out.
He's pretty
He's
tall.
like Lucifer.
yeah. He fell on her.
Yeah.
He'd kill her.
She lived to tell the story. I guess they're dating now.
She liked it.
Another tourist is Bill de Blasio, the former mayor of New York. The soda guy. I mean, I don't know what to say about him. He does also seem like no one wants him to run for president, but he's just doing it anyway, which is like maybe a stubborn, like tourist-like thing. I'm not really sure. And thirdly, previous guest of this show, our Big Daddy Grandpa, Mike Gravel. Mike Gravel is a tourist.
Did he get the bump from the pod?
I would like to think that we're responsible for him eventually becoming president.
Yes. I think you could confidently take that stance right now.
Yeah.
Call it now.
Yeah. Who's going to prove you wrong? Rob Delaney?
I trust most people probably listen to this probably know who Mike Gravel is, but if you don't, he is incredibly old. He read the Pentagon Papers in Congress. He did this thing in 2008, and now he's sort of trying to do it again, where he just raises enough money to get into the debates and then just start yelling crazy like Howard Zinn shit at Joe Biden and stuff. It's gonna be fucking awesome. His entire social media is run by a bunch of teenagers who just listen to podcasts and shit.
Oh, it's that guy.
Yeah, and they managed to get him enough money to where he qualified for the July 31st debate, but he's kind of losing his mind. So if he gets onto the debates, hopefully the situation that will happen is that these kids, these teenagers, will just pin enough notes to his mittens to where he remembers to talk about like imperialism and stuff like that. Because honestly, we had him on the show and he talked about like UFOs and shit and 9/11. It was fucking bananas.
Well, I mean, that's honestly, like, if he's going crazy, that makes sense for a tourist because honestly, like, they're meant for short action and then a lot of leisure time. Like, that's a tourist. That's a bull, baby.
Yeah, I like it.
They can do it really hard when they do it, but like they need to sit back, relax, fuck some ladies, you know, live the good life. If they're on for too long, it gets rough.
You're describing me.
I know, right?
Cool.
We gotta get Sam on that debate stage.
Yeah. My stance, astrology's tight. Have you heard the first two syllables? Ass and troll? I'll be in my car waiting for my check.
So you like Gravel, but he doesn't have enough of name recognition or whatever?
No, I mean, what's going on with him is he's expressly not running actually to try to win. He's running a protest campaign to get onto the debates and to basically break the solidarity that everyone else has, which is that they're not going to talk about certain things like imperialism and all this crazy shit that they all agree with each other, right? So it's a really cool move. It's just that he's, you know, he also might talk about like the Denver airport or something, you know?
But also, he's a madman.
So his last name is like Gravel?
Yeah, but it's Gravel.
What's his middle name? Playground?
Nice.
Thank you.
You got him.
That's why we're sharing the check, comrade.
Yeah. His
Thank you.
his kids used to be called the Gravel Gang, but then he informed us his name is Gravel, so now it's the Gravelanche.
Damn, this guy's not going to win. Those teens suck.
Let's get into the Geminis. We do have a lot of signs to go. Notorious, I am to understand, bastards. First Gemini, Amy Klobuchar, who, if you don't know, is the woman running for president who just beats her staff with like 3-punch hole staplers and shit, office supplies. She ate a salad with a comb because she was like mad at an intern. She fucking rules, dude.
It was the intern's comb.
It was the intern's salad, too.
Yeah. Give me that. Give me both of those things.
Get over here.
That's what I was going to say.
She's Scorpion from Mortal
style,
Kombat.
Yeah.
Geminis get a really bad rap, and that's not fair. Because there is no bad signs in the zodiac except for Scorpios, and we all fucking know that.
Whoa.
I'm kidding.
Shots
I
fired.
hate Aries. That's just me, okay?
Sarahs and
but no,
Scorpios are on your shit list.
Geminis are a lot of the artists that you know and love, that you grew up with loving their work, and I cannot think of a single one right now. But like authors and artists.
Beyonce.
And these is she?
I
it
have
makes
no- I have
sense
no idea,
if I
Timmy.
don't know.
Why would I know that?
Is she a Leo? That makes sense too.
Uh-oh.
Okay. What? Virgo, Leo, who's right? But like a lot of the artists that you love, it's about like being able to turn on one face for one crowd you're in, and then turn on another face for another crowd you're in, and that can seem, we have a word for that. It's called two-faced, and it's bad. But
Yeah, he's a Batman villain.
We
Like
all
the
have those
twins.
parts of ourselves that like we turn on and off in front of different. I'm not the same in front of my nephews as I am in front of my girlfriends at brunch, and that's just the truth,
Well,
You are one
So-
two-faced asshole.
You heard it here.
Unbelievable.
Hold on.
Like Geminis, like it could be there's a shadow side of everything, but Amy Klobuchar is probably just a bitch on
Hell
both
yeah.
sides.
All right. Well, to sort of follow your fire and brimstone defense of the goodness of Geminis, I will introduce The other
It's not a
Gemini
total
running for
defense,
president.
Just an explanation.
Donald Trump is technically running for president.
Very, very good at turning on one face and then changing it. Well, no, not very good. He just does it a lot. He's actually really bad at it. A good Gemini would like cater to their crowd a little better, and no one would ever. No, it would be seamless if he were good at it. He would be seamless at it, but he did not.
Jake works for Seamless, so that's
Yeah, you better read that copy.
What?
Seamless.
That's true.
Seamless. What is that?
it's pants that don't tear. It's for the plus-sized ass.
Oh man, I have a tear in my pants right now that happened walking over here.
Whoa, Lund's not aware to
Tell
wear
me
corduroy
more
by law.
after the show, Jake.
It's a app where you get high and deliver food. You don't have Seamless here? Grubhub?
No, we have Pelicans that do you a favor.
Wow.
Yeah. You gotta butter them up beforehand, months beforehand.
Interesting.
Let's get back to this Gravel character.
We have moved on from Gravel.
I'm banging the Gravel.
Yeah,
right,
so
well,
the Geminis seem very
makes
angry to me,
sense.
but I understand what you're saying about maybe a duplicitous nature.
So Trump's bad.
Trump's a Gemini.
Trump, two-faced,
Okay.
probably not going to
Trump's
vote
bad,
for him
Cops
again.
Bad. We're getting
Okay.
a list together.
I have so many faces.
You wouldn't even believe how many.
He's just turning into the monster at the end of Akira, and he's
Yeah.
like, "Folks, I have so many faces. I'm a giant baby."
Geminis just tell everybody what they want to hear sometimes, and then like hope it all
Dude.
just works out
All
in the
right,
end.
I know it's just you project whatever you want to like see onto this shit, but you're getting me. I know a Gemini right now. Oh my god.
You say enough
Starting to
generalized
believe.
things. You
Is it
too
Blake?
can sell snake oil.
Yes.
Yeah, I can see it in your eyes.
That's my friend Blake.
Yeah.
He's a fucking Gemini, and he's a really good bartender because just whatever you want to
Yeah.
be.
Blake's cool.
Performative,
He's a
yeah.
mirror.
Yeah.
I drove to Richmond with him. He smoked 1,000 cigarettes in my rental car. It cost me $250. Thanks, Blake.
He didn't cover
1,000
any of it.
No, he didn't
cigarettes,
cover
that's about
shit.
$250.
Blake was on the first episode of the service industry series we did on this, if anyone's keeping score.
No one's keeping score of Blake's career.
He's the guy that talks like gay Duke Nukem or Krusty the Clown.
I'm Blake.
All right, cancers. There's a lot of them, and they're pretty weird.
Yeah, there's tuberculosis.
Shut up.
What?
Leukemia,
Mesothelioma?
You immediately say something that's not
Pancreas.
cancer.
I don't know.
Liz Warren is a cancer. We're all probably familiar with her. Yeah, I'm sorry. That just broke someone's heart.
What?
But that is actually, you know what, though? Yeah, that's a proper response to Liz Warren, because honestly, like, I know she's kind of cool, but she actually kind of sucks in a lot of ways. Second best for sure, but she's kind of weird on healthcare and stuff. She's kind of a capitalist. She was a fucking Republican, like, I don't know, 10 years ago or some shit. You know, you probably didn't know she was a Cancer, because she's walking around acting like she's a fucking Capricorn or something. Still, obviously, though, when Bernie dies, I'm going to vote for her.
Cancers are very home. That's like the way that they're very crabby, and they're literally the crabs, right? They're not the disease you can get from fucking. but,
Elizabeth Warren has
they're the-
crabs?
Like
Fucking.
they're or just rubbing from rubbing too. They're
Fucking
very
gives you cancer? I didn't know about that.
Yeah, it gives you pube cancer.
Good thing I got married. I haven't been doing much fucking.
Whoa, you've been making love.
Woo.
You want a wife swap, Lund? Yeah, you would.
They'll never know.
Cancers are crabs. They literally carry their home everywhere they're with them. Like
Okay.
they
I can
want
see
to
Liz
make
Warren, like,
their home
it's
wherever
a pod
they are.
that I carry on my back, and that I also live in the woods
It's
in.
a burden, but also a shelter. Like this home they carry around with them.
All right.
It's interesting that Howard Schultz is
Hold on.
this.
Don't call him out first.
Whoa, spoiler alert.
Well, we might as well do him now. Yeah, Howard Schultz is a Cancer. Howard Schultz is the guy who's the...
He drew peanuts.
yeah.
Yeah. You don't have to be condescending. I know this stuff.
Howard Schultz is the CEO of Starbucks, who
Whoa.
is threatening to run as an independent if Bernie gets the nomination, basically, to spoil the race. He's an
cool.
asshole. There are a number of awesome videos about him addressed to him by Connor O'Malley on the internet. I highly recommend. He's a dick. He's running as a spoiler. And his entire platform is I made a bunch of coffee. That's kind of it. Marianne Williamson is the third cancer. Yeah. If anyone watched the first debate or the second, whichever the one that she was on, yeah, it was the second one, right? Whatever. The world was introduced to Marianne Williamson, who, frankly, might be all of the zodiac signs.
She's a zodiac killer.
No, she'd have to be a Pisces for that.
She is Arthur Lee Allen, the zodiac.
She's a highly magical person who I think is one of the later bosses in a Final Fantasy video game I remember fighting. She basically has been talking about how she's going to destroy Trump with like love and laser beams and shit. She fucking rules.
Oh, she's a Care Bear.
Do either her or Howard check out as Cancer in any way?
I mean, Cancer's, I'll be honest, Cancer and Capricorn are the ones I know the least. But like I do know Cancer's, it's all about home. It's about building home. It's about security, and it's about
Homeland Security.
Well,
she sounds
if
like
they
a goddamn
win
cop.
this election.
Did Shrek 2 come out before or after Homeland Security?
ACAB, all cancers are bastards.
It can also be very overbearing, though. like think about like a helicopter parent or something.
Okay, I
like
think I
just
understand
someone
this.
like just hovering over you, like the way
It is a
that
burden
Howard
to
Schultz
constantly be
runs
possessed
his-
by the souls of unicorns and shit. You
I mean,
know?
Howard Schultz, like if you work for a Starbucks, like everything is taught to you. Everything is scripted. Everything is given to you. It's
Yeah,
like
how to
this
get
is
your
how
free
to
health
be a happy.
insurance.
Well, yeah, that.
Yeah.
But that's like a very like home thing. It's like we want everyone to be here and be a family when they work for this corporation, and we're gonna make it like they're he's building a nest, and that nest is making him a billionaire. Because there's always a reason to build a nest. You don't do it out of the goodness of your heart. You do it to get something done. So that's what he's doing, and he's also helicopter parenting all of his staff members.
That's true. He's an overlord.
Yeah.
Okay, I buy it. Leos. There are no Leos running for president.
So
I'm a Leo.
surprising.
Loves
Where
a
are the
Leo, yo.
I'm a
shots?
Leo. Come on.
Yeah.
Maybe I should run.
I have no idea what that means.
You
I
should.
think
I've been kicked out of a couple of Starbucks.
Yeah.
taking paw swipes at the shelves.
I refuse to use
Shaking your
their terminology for the sizes, and it gets heated.
Yeah.
I also call
Leo's-
coffee hot brown bean
I don't
blood,
think there's.
and they don't like that at Starbucks. No bean blood
I
for
need
oil.
a bean transfusion. Stat.
We should keep it moving. I don't want to run
all
too
right.
long.
Oh,
But
too
for
late.
some reason,
Yeah, no.
yep.
Let's make this a two-parter.
Yeah.
Virgos. Julian Castro and Bernie motherfucking Sanders is a Virgo.
Whoa, we got a Bernie crowd.
Believe it or not.
Weird.
Bernie likes to have all his ducks in a row, and he's just going to hammer home the same points over and over and over again, being like, "Well, if I say it again, they'll hear me this time."
Is that
Like
a-
he's got his checklist, and he's checking them off every time he speaks. That's a
He's
Virgo.
Santa Claus?
Yeah.
I'm making a list.
I
I'm
bet you
checking it
Santa
twice.
Claus was a fucking Virgo. What is Santa Claus dead? Did I just kill him? Fuck.
No. But Bernie's probably going to die, let's be honest. I know, I'm sorry. It's like life is cruel like that. He's going to win and then die. It's going to be hilarious.
My father-in-law ran in a half marathon. He won that, and then guess what he did? Died.
Died in his sleep.
Your dad was Santa Claus?
My father-in-law.
All right.
Now Sam's Santa Claus.
Julian Castro is also like, my sister's a big fan. He's from Texas. I think he's probably the best on immigration stuff. He's a twin. But he's also one of those Democrats whose like slogan is like, "What if your mind was full of brains? That's how we're gonna solve technology."
Wait a minute. I like the idea of a president with a twin. That could be fun.
Oh yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Ooh, like that movie Dave, but with a twin
Yeah.
instead. It's like Twins meets Dave.
Yeah, we're on to something.
Think all the double date pranks.
That's right. Well, yeah, you gotta
Hey,
you gotta
hey,
meet the
Putin.
consulate of Zimbabwe over here,
Yeah.
and then you gotta meet the Pope in Hawaii. Oh,
Man, you
yeah.
have no idea what the president does.
A lot of shaking hands, a lot of photo ops,
Meeting the Pope in Hawaii. Yep.
a lot of summits.
Libras.
Libras, come on. I'm a big fan.
How many fights
The
did
fish
you settle tonight, huh?
Are they pugilist people? Are they angry?
No. They keep the pugilism down. It's like, idiots, don't. Let me tell you about yourselves.
Okay. Kamala Harris is a Libra. I guess she keeps the fights down by
No, that makes
throwing
sense,
them all
though,
in
'cause,
jail.
like, Libras have weird senses of justice. It's like it's not. It's about the letter of the law, but it's also about what's fair to everyone within the letter of the law.
Yeah, I follow.
And that's fucked up because it leads you to do some bad shit, and you need to tamper that Libra energy, my Libras.
Her favorite movie's The Punisher for sure.
Mine or Kamala Harris?
Kamala, yeah, come on.
She has the tattoo and shit.
She is the Punisher.
Presidential wonderkin and a man of very large teeth, Beto O'Rourke, is a Libra. Nice. Beto O'Rourke, a man who squandered a lot of goodwill. Remember how much everyone liked him when he was running against Ted Cruz?
Well, yeah, because it was Ted Cruz. I would like a sack of potatoes.
Yeah.
So would the O'Rourkes.
Papas fritas.
That's where they came here.
Watch out for Libras. They will tell you much like Geminis. They will tell you anything that they think that you. Not that you want to hear, but that would smooth over the situation.
Is there anything about Libras looking like a character from a Goofy movie?
Ooh, they both do, don't they?
Oh my God, they kind of do.
Oh my God, Beto O'Rourke is the little kid, and then Kamala is she's the fucking girlfriend lady. Oh my God, this is so
Wait,
fitting.
which one is the meme that's like, damn, bitch, you live like this?
They do look
Anyone?
like Goof Troop. They do.
All right. There's one Scorpio running.
Oh.
Joe motherfucking Biden.
Makes sense. Scorpios have this I was about to say unintended, but that's not true. But they have this like raw sexuality, and they don't know.
Oh, it's pretty raw.
They don't know how it leaks out. It just leaks out all over, and they just slime all over the place. And they're just like, ooh, no one else can have secrets but me, but I need to have all the secrets, and no one can know me, and I'm so mysterious. Fucking Scorpios.
Yeah. God, I knew there was something
But yeah,
extra
like the way
evil
he
about
just
him.
like slimes, like snail trails everywhere he goes. Just like,
He's getting older. He can't help it.
oh, are you a constituent? I mean, just all over your
Lund's
shoulder.
a corporation. He's not a person, so he's a big fan of Biden.
Sagittarius, Kristen Gillibrand. I don't really know what to do with her. I feel like she just kind of really wants to be president and will say anything.
Yep, that's a Sagittarius. Very all over the place.
She insists that it's pronounced Sagittarius with a hard G. And it's like, not everything's a hard G, Gillibrand.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Gillibrand.
But she, I don't know, archer energy, right? Like shooting for that thing way over there in the distance.
Oh, I thought you meant the TV show Archer.
Fire.
She's always drinking
she's
martinis.
Like an archer's arrow that, like, you know, one of those where they light them on fire, but before they shoot it at you because they really want you to die in the Middle Ages, whatever.
A flaming
she's
arrow?
one of those.
I feel like this one is probably the biggest stretch. All right. I'll take it, though, because I don't really know what the fuck to say about her or Sagittarius.
Sagittariuses would hate that.
Ooh, meta. 2 Capricorns. Pete Buttigieg, Mayor Pete, who is a gay android from the Midwest, I guess, is the best way I would put it. He's one of those rich gay men that's also a supervillain, like a Peter Thiel type. Like I don't really know quite how to place this energy he has, but it's like super like isolated, like he lives in a tower and he's like studying, but for evil. He was, totally, Kevin Spacey.
He's working on a giant laser, but he won't say what it's for.
Yeah.
Just wait until the laser's finished. It'll all make sense.
It's for humanity. ...
It's for fixing my eyebrows.
Yeah. And Andrew Yang is a Capricorn.
Yang.
Andrew Yang.
I want that $1,000 a month.
Yeah, he's cool. Give me some money.
I want that money. I'll vote for anyone if they give me $1,000 a month.
That is essentially the Andrew Yang like platform.
They'll be my new mom and dad. I'm just kidding. I'm not one of those comics.
Andrew Yang is a complete raving fucking lunatic who follows me on Twitter no matter how mean I am to him. And I know he uses his Twitter account personally. Most politicians have a staffer that does that. He has said this is me, and he tweets like it's his own Twitter account. He often just tweets things like reading books makes us smart. That's it. Whole tweet.
But is he wrong, though?
He was going off about the live action Aladdin movie the other day.
Live tweeting it.
Yeah, it's some weird hot take about it or whatever. But also, he's the UBI guy who is also a tech douche. I am in Denver. I might as well put this out there. If you are like a Denver libertarian type, don't buy into the UBI thing. It's Nixon-style UBI. You'll get $1,000, and then the cost of your rent will go up by $1,000.
We're used to that here. That happened. Yeah.
Used to that part, but not the fucking $1,000.
Not getting $1,000. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. You'll just have to.
We got the bad part. We didn't get this Wang money.
You'll just have to leave your home.
Yang loose. That's what I say. But hopefully Yang win.
Hopefully
at the same time.
Hopefully Yang's tough.
Yeah.
Anyway, I would say both of these men are extremely eccentric, I suppose. What do you think? Is that Capricorn energy?
I don't know anything about Capricorn. Sorry.
All right.
But neither do they. That's the thing, you know?
Well, they're the ram. No,
They're
that's
lost.
Aries.
They're
They're the goats.
wandering.
They're the goats.
The
greatest of all time.
Yep.
Yeah, they think they are. They're very ambitious.
Yang, baby. Give me
Yang,
that
y'all.
Give me that $1,000.
Give me some money.
We'll deal with the problems later.
I don't know why I'm doing a PSA about not voting for Yang. He's not going to win.
Come on, not with that attitude.
If you vote for him, I'll give you $50 a month. I can afford it now. I'm rich.
That's called bribery. That's not how elections are supposed to go.
I'm making $12,000 a year.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna care about any of this shit.
Yeah. I'm going to leave my wife, move into a houseboat, you know? Houseboats, Dad can't die.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
Aquarii, I suppose, is the plural of Aquarius. There are two Aquarius.
I've been to an Aquarius before. It's a good time.
Did you see the mermaids?
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you see the reboot of The Mermaids? Not in my America. Okay, anyway.
Daryl Hannah or bust. What?
You know, Yang doesn't support that
Splash,
reboot.
sorry.
yeah, he doesn't. I bet. He has a lot of alt-right followers.
So do I. They buy merch, you know?
Aquarius. Jay Inslee, who is another one of the weird background white guys. He's sort of like they're like kind of like a characters in like a movie where they could get killed and you wouldn't notice.
Oh hell yeah!
Like Star Trek guys or whatever. And then also local fuckboy John Hickenlooper.
Yeah. Whoa! Come on! What happened to Colorado Pride? No, I'm just kidding.
He stinks.
He sucks. Yeah, we know he sucks.
John Hickenlooper is the guy who famously drank a glass of fracking fluid, like to prove that it's potable or whatever.
He was trying to catch a buzz.
Because they paid him $50 for it. Isn't that the going rate to be bought?
Andrew Yang gave him $50 to drink fracking fluid.
Aquariuses can be, on one hand, the cool, level-headed people that take charge in a situation where everyone else is getting way too emotional and dramatic. Or they can be like total milquetoast humans. Like they're so watery. They can be just like. That's my impression of John Hickenlooper.
Hickenlooper drinks beer, though.
Oh,
Beer guy.
I wonder how to make you more of a like kind of person.
I'm just saying, man. I like the proletariat. I'm not like you guys, you know. I believe in the working man.
Are you running for president?
Hey, man, truck month every month.
Craft beer really represents the proletariat.
If you vote for me,
Your
I'll give you
promise is every month is truck month.
yeah. I'll give you guys $600.
And finally, the last zodiac group, the Pisces. There's no one running for president who is a Pisces.
Phew.
They would never.
However,
as
has been discussed, Ice's birthday
March
is March 1st, 2003. Ice is a Pisces.
Damn.
Does it check out?
Can't spell Pisces without I-C.
Well-
Ices.
I mean, it does make sense because any sort of concerted effort to oppress people in any way, shape, or form takes a lot of minds at once, which is kind of a Pisces element, this gathering together of many different things to make one composite. So I guess so.
All right, fuck it, I'll take it. Guys,
Timmy,
that's been
hell yeah.
Pod Damn America. That's the fucking podcast.
Do the claw.
Thank you very much. Stick around. We're doing stand-up after this. That's it. Good night, everybody. Or good night if you're listening to the podcast.
Hey, let's hear it for Jake, everybody.
Give it up for Jake.
Timmi Lasley, everybody. Nathan the Animal Lund.
And Sam Tallent. Make some noise. Yep, stand-up starts in 5 minutes. All right.